These have to be the best items for photographers, especially those who want to run a gun or even set up a quick long shoot outside or even inside of a studio. Yo, what's going on, you guys? It is CJ Brand here, and today we're going to be showing you guys exactly what I personally use when it's time for me to go ahead and do a quick photo shoot, whether street photography, studio photography, or just anything, I guess, in general. So the first item I'm going to start off with you guys today is going to be this Westcott FJ80 camera flash. Yo, Westcott is probably the best brand that in my opinion, they are the best brands out here right now. I've tried a Godox flash before. I don't know about anybody else, but I've used Godox before. They're okay. Maybe I tried them like, I guess when I was like amateur or whatever, but now I'm like a little bit, experienced in the photography field. This Westcott FJ80 has not failed on me not one time, and it also has a freaking touchscreen on the front dial of it, so it makes it a lot easier than most Godox products for me. But then one of the main things about this flash is the consistency. The flash doesn't like sometimes when you shoot images, you'll shoot one image may be brighter, the other image may be a little bit dimmer. This one right here has the same exact consistent lighting anytime you do shoot with it. That's why it's one of my favorites. I highly recommend for anybody that's starting photography to go pick up all the Westcott products. If you gotta go Godox, that's fine. But Westcott is really killing it when it comes down for me. Now the next product I'm going to bring up, this is going to be targeted for Canon users, especially if you do have an RF mount, or even if you have an EF mount, you can get an older edition of this. This right here is going to be the Canon 24-105 f4 camera lens. Now this right here is going to be at a fixed fixed aperture of f4. That's why I really love it. Then on top of that, this is going to be one of the L series lenses as well. So since it is going to be an L series lens, typically these lenses are going to be sharper than any other lenses that they do make. There is another one that they do make with a variable aperture. I think it's like f4 to like probably 5, maybe even 7. Obviously as you zoom out and zoom in, you're gonna get that, that loss in aperture. But like I said, this right here is gonna be at a fixed aperture of f4, so that's why it's really one of my favorites. Anytime I do any sort of photography work, I am taking this lens and this lens only. I have a 35 and I have a 50, had an 85, and I just didn't really use any of those, when it came down to photography. This is it. This is the key. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the key. Even if you do want to do some video work with it as well, if you are in a well-lit environment, the camera also does come with its own stabilization inside of the freaking lens itself, which makes it 100% better. Anytime I'm doing video and I know I'd be nervous when I be shooting, but anytime, I know I need to shoot some video and I'm nervous, I'm taking this with me, turning my stabilizer on, I'm holding it. You won't see a single wobble in it at all unless you're intentionally doing it. This lens is my favorite. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show you guys that I personally bring with me when it's time for me to go do some shoots, obviously going to be some batteries. Now, these are two Canon, these LP-E6 batteries. These are knockoff brands. I don't recommend them, but there are some knockoff brands, batteries out there that do last a lot longer than the actual OME batteries. So pick you up some of these perhaps, but just make sure you do your research on exactly what type of battery you do pick up, from Canon. Now, the next thing I do bring with me, just because I do have the EOS R5, and I do want to make sure I am able to capture every picture, even though if it's like sports photography or even weddings, I just want to make sure I get that moment. I do bring with me a CF Express B card. Now, this card right here is going to allow me to do a lot more work. It shoots up it reads up to 700 megabits per second, then it writes over at 1100 megabits per second. So, it's really ideal. The standard USBs, I think those probably max out at like 300 megabits per second when it comes to read and write speed. So, it's fast, but at the same exact time, it may not be fast enough, especially if you're taking this out, taking a Canon R5, I would say, outside to do like, sports photography. And then I guess the next item is going to be the Canon R5. That's my go-to camera. It's my baby, man. It shoots 45 megapixel still images. It even shoots up to 8K raw, 30 frames per second in video. So it's my daily driver, regardless if I'm doing photo work or video work. Obviously, I can't show you guys right now because I am using it for my YouTube channel, but This is my baby right here. I highly recommend to go pick yourself up a Canon R5, especially if you're into doing photo work, not photo work only, but you know, sports work, weddings, everything, wildlife, it don't matter. The 45 megapixels is just crispy. And then on top of that, we even have a 400 megapixel mode in here as well. I don't use it. You will need a stabilizer for it, but you should check it out. Now, the last thing I do want to talk about, this is going to be another product from Westcott. This is going to be my main flash. Now, my main flash, well, the reason why I say my main flash is because this is going to be the FJ200. And whew, this thing right here can take some pictures. I wanted to originally get the FJ400, but when it came down to me being like a run and gun shooter and wanting to be, you know, having something that's, you know, more compact and lightweight, this was it. The FJ400 was like twice, probably even triple this size right here. Cost a little bit more money too, but we just got the Westcott, you know, FJ200. And on top of that, I get to pair up FJ80 and FJ200 up together to get better images. Hey, so that's what I bring pretty much with me anytime I do like a quick photo shoot or even studio work. I truthfully believe this is going to be the best gear that anybody can go out and get right now, especially if you're on a budget. These products are great. You should check them out. So yeah, man, make sure you guys go to subscribe to the channel if you guys did like this video. Comment down below, what are some items that you guys bring when you guys go out and go shoot some photography work or even video work? Let me know down below in the comment section. And until next time, you guys, the brand is out. Peace.